Hi everyone, this is an introduction to the WebStar user interface. I'm going to demonstrate this from a client login perspective. So I'm logging into clients.morebiz.com. So I'm going to get in here using my email. And this also gives you a bit of an overview as well from a sales perspective. When you log in through Sales CRM at morebiz.com or clients.morebiz.com, you as a sales rep have the ability to toggle through and view any of the clients that are assigned to you that you've either set up that are prospects and they may have our free listing builder product, or that actually are the live customers that you have running WebStar, so on and so forth. So we're going to stick with South End Auto Exchange as our preview here. So when you log in, you can see the main dashboard here, which gives some nice insights. You can toggle down to different date selections here. And this shows you some different information about this client. It shows the marketing funnel, shows views in their Google My Business listing, different types of engagement here through reputation management, WebStar, through Google. It shows different leads, maybe for my directions, through Google My Business, phone calls on the Google My Business page, so on and so forth. Gives an overview of the map, and then also shows recent activity along with the product line, which is always here to the left. And so let's go ahead and dig right in here to the WebStar reputation management portion of it. And these are all separated a little bit here. So this gets you into WebStar, and then we'll go through the other tools that are part of the WebStar package. So in the WebStar solution here, you can see that we've got an overview here. We can see that Google is connected. We're waiting to get their Facebook page connected and accessed. And it shows an overview of their total reviews and insights and listing summaries and top review sites, competition. You can actually click on through here. We always enter in 3 primary competitors that are really close by that had decent reviews. And this gives an idea of how well we're doing with them, and basically shows a 30-day experience on what activity we have for share of voice. These are kind of mentions and so forth for this client. And so in the reviews area here, again, this is so that for an overview for sales reps, so you can understand the tools. Our Morebiz web presence sales include Morebiz managing this interface, so the clients don't have to engage whatsoever. But this is where we respond to reviews. This is all part of our job, and we can work with the client to get different types of responses. But we also have some very nice pre-templated responses, and these are all things that Tara, as the WebStar marketing manager, deals with. And she goes through this a couple times a month, and you can see there's some actions required here to respond to this, so on and so forth. So these get updated here at least a couple times a month, and you can see when the review came in and so on and so forth. And so these all get fed into the reviews feed. And again, this is where we manage all these, so on and so forth. And you can actually do filters to see which ones specifically, SureCredit, Google, Facebook, all that good stuff. You can click by rating, so on and so forth. This review display widget, and you don't really need to know about this, but this is actually where you can see the feed. We publish only 4+ star reviews. You can see they've got some SureCredit mixed in here with Google. It'll show Facebook reviews and other top review sites in there as well. And then moving down here, this is where we enter in the competition. Clients can actually go in here at any given time and pull an executive report for any time range, date range that's shown here, and this pulls up a nice PDF. And then settings, we've got the review widget controls here, automatically published 4+ stars. If clients wanted to lower that, we can certainly do lower, but obviously we try to deter folks from seeing lower than 4 stars, but we can move it down to 3 stars if they want to show a little bit more, so on and so forth. Response templates, this is where I mentioned that we have a lot of ability to go in here to pre-written templates and respond in various ways. So we've got a lot of variables here. so that we're not responding in the same manner each time. And there's a lot of nice things that we can say back to clients, whether it's a good or bad review. Listings, these are just listings here that we can control which listing resources their listing will show up on and will sync with. Competition, again, mentions, these are just keyword search terms that we configure so that we can see where people are mentioning specific to South End Auto Exchange, so on and so forth. And that's where these show up here on the web, and you can set up other links here, so on and so forth. But we just basically enter in certain keywords and look for results that come across through the web when they're mentioned. So that's the WebStar Reputation Management Interface, which is all intertwined with the Listing Builder and Customer Voice. You can go back through to directly through to Listing Builder, Customer Voice directly through here, or go back to Business Center. Shortly, we're releasing a new dashboard here where you basically stay within the Business Center area, so there won't be any toggling back and forth with the navigation. But from here, we'll go into Listing Builder and give you an overview of this. And in Listing Builder, this is where we control the business profile, and that controls what goes into all of the business listings. And from here, you can see we've got one common business name. Sometimes they get called South End Auto directly. Street address, their URL, the primary business categories, hours, description, short description, payment types, services offered. We always try to put as many services that make the right fit for each client. And then you can see the other things that we drop in here, some SEO keywords, share of voice, competitors show there. We've got links to the various social activity accounts and their logo and a primary banner. And then from there, all of this gets published through what's called Listing Sync. And Listing Sync, there's an overview video here, but I'll go into Listing Sync so that you can see all of the listing providers that we sync to by basically putting an overlay of the business description that we just looked at in the business area there. And so you can see that all of these listing syncs are either synced or have been submitted and accepted. Now this automatically happens with our Listing Sync Pro tool. And basically the way this works is as long as this is activated, it takes all the data directly from the business description that I just showed you, and it does kind of a masking technique automatically, and it basically overlays any existing information. If it's bad information, maybe an old address, maybe a phone number that's no longer existing, or even a website, whatever we change in their business profile, this updates it on the fly automatically as long as they stay with us. So that's the Listing Builder. The My Listing is their private My Listing page here, as you can see here, and you can view this. We don't really use this often, but the poor reviews that we get use this tool sometimes, and if they give a 1, 2, 3 star review, it gets submitted, but it doesn't go to the public. It goes on this private page. So that's kind of a nice feature, but nothing again that the client needs to do here. And then the Listing Sync we went through. Listing Distribution. This is actually another add-on feature. These are the data aggregation providers. So this is another add-on that has a cost to it. We don't typically, nobody really typically adds this on at this point, but we can certainly sell it to any given clients at a given time if they wanted to get into more data aggregation. It's just not part of our primary product. So from here, let's go into Customer Voice, and this is where the WebStar Reputation Management really comes into play. This is where we upload all the customers, so you can see for this particular client down here at the bottom, we've got a total of 3,657 existing clients for them, and we've got the ability to filter through these. And let's say we wanted to see SMS status, so we're going to pull up the phone numbers in this list here of which ones have not been sent, but we've gotten through the list here. And then from here, we can select as many as we want, up to 150 per day and 200 per month. If they want to expand their SMS sends, if they have a large list, we have different packages where we can add on more SMS per month, no problem. Very minimal cost, and you can also show more per page and so on and so forth, up to 100. So this is where we click on from here, send request, and then it gets into viewing the templates. Now these are SMSs that I selected there, so this is a review request preview, and the text messages are always very brief, and this is a limitation through SMS policy across any mobile carrier. There's a limitation, I think, of about 115 characters, so this is how it looks when it goes out to a given client's phone. This also shows the person's first name, if we have that in the contact list, so on and so forth. So I'm going to cancel this. Actually, let's take a quick look at the email template. So here's what our email template looks like for this particular client. And you can see there's the full banner there. And it put prompts for Google reviews, but it also gives these clients, their customers, a way out if they are going to give them a bad comment, that they could just reply directly to this email, and it'll email directly to our customer. And you can see that here in the templates here. Again, these are templates that we create. They're all set up for a client. The client doesn't have to engage whatsoever in anything in this interface. This is more for a sales overview to understand how everything works. So that's the overview here of the customer voice portion of WebStar. This is actually where we enter in which ones we want to get reviews from. We focus on Google only. We don't want reviews on Facebook. They have poor reviews area now. They really have limited that out. And we really don't want to push for Sure Critic. That's actually a competitor. Yahoo, so on and so forth. Our focus is to get them found more on Google search rankings, and the best way to do that is to get review requests through Google only. So that's it for the client and sales overview of the WebStar interface. Please keep an eye out for more videos regarding our other systems training soon.